Dashavataram, Malsyavataram. Just like we have day and night, Lord Brahma has Kalpam. After completing his Kalpam, Lord Brahma takes rest. After completing a few Kalpams, someone else will come in the place of Lord Brahma. By the time Lord Brahma completes a few Kalpams, he becomes tired and feels sleepy. Lord Brahma, who was feeling very sleepy, yawned. No sooner he yawned, a few Vedas came out of his mouth. A demon named Hayagriva noticed the Vedas coming out of Lord Brahma's mouth, stole them immediately. A saint named Satyavratudu was performing penance. He was going to be the next Brahma. To save mankind from the crisis and to save those Vedas, Lord Vishnu took the Matsyavatara. One fine day, Satyavrat got that fish. The fish in his hand told him,
"Please save me. Please keep me in a safe place."
Satyavrat thus hid the fish in his kamandalam. By the next day morning, the fish had become very big. Satyavrat left the fish in a big utensil. Soon, the fish became even more bigger. At that time, Satyavrat left the fish in a creek. The fish grew bigger and bigger, and then Satyavrat left it in the sea. Even there, the fish became very big. Now Satyavrat got a doubt. He said, "You are the Lord Vishnu. I have understood that." The fish said,
7 days from today, there will be crisis. You must send a pair from each species or species in the boat which I send you. I will save the boat because they will be necessary for the universe creation again.
Satyavrat agreed to it. Soon, the fish went inside the sea. From there, the fish went to the demon Hayagriva, who was hiding inside, fought with him and retrieved all the Vedas. In next 7 days, the crisis began. Satyavrat, who was waiting near the sea, could see a big boat. He made all the animals get into the boat. The fish, with its wings, took the control of the boat and saved the boat from getting drowned. Like that, the universe began to form again. And this is the story behind Matsyavataram.
The Kurma Avatara. Dashavataram refers to the 10 major incarnations of Lord Vishnu. Lord Vishnu incarnates on earth from time to time to eradicate evil forces, to restore the Dharma. Kurma Avatara is the second avatara of Lord Vishnu. In this avatara, Lord Vishnu takes the form of a tortoise to help both the Asuras and the Devas. Now let us get to know in detail about the incarnation of Lord Vishnu as Kurma. There was a rishi named Durvasa who was widely known for his anger. Rishi Durvasa once gave a garland to Lord Indra, who is also known to be the king of gods. Lord Indra took the garland with great devotion and positioned the garland around his elephant's neck. The elephant unknowingly crushed the garland. As a result, Rishi Durvasa felt insulted and crushed the gods to lose their immortality and divine powers. Lord Indra and all the other gods lost their kingdom of heaven and approached Lord Vishnu for help. "Oh Lord, you are the only new hope now. I made a mistake unknowingly, and Rishi Durvasa cursed all of us for disrespecting the garland given by him. My advice to all of you is that you should churn the ocean of milk using Mount Mandara as the churning stick and serpent Vasuki as the rope."
चांदनी रात सुहानी मस्त चांदनी मौसम ये अलबेला है।
Varaha Avatar. To rescue Mother Earth, who was inside the ocean, and to defeat the demon named Hiranyakshudu, Lord Vishnu took the Varaha Avatar. It is considered as Lord Vishnu's third avatar. After the crisis, a new Kalpam had started. To begin the universe again, Lord Brahma was also ready. But due to the crisis, the entire universe was covered with water. Even Mother Earth had drowned in the ocean. Lord Brahma then created Swayambhu and Shatarupa. Lord Brahma ordered both of them to take care of Mother Earth without any selfish motives. But during that time, seeing Mother Earth drowned inside the ocean, Swayambhu and Shatarupa did not know what to do. Both of them prayed to Lord Vishnu, seeking his advice on what had to be done. Soon, a small pig or the Varaha appeared in front of them. Immediately, within few minutes, the pig grew as big as mountain. Soon, Swayambhu, Shatarupa and Lord Brahma realized that it was none other than Lord Sri Mahavishnu. The Varaham or the pig soon dived into the ocean to save Mother Earth, who was inside it. During those days lived a demon named Hiranyakshudu. He was very confident about his strength. He thus attacked the heaven and made all the lords in the heaven to go away from there. His plan was to kill Lord Vishnu, who always helped the lords of heaven and stop the universe from progressing. Searching for Lord Vishnu, he reached the ocean. There, he encountered Varunadeva. As detailed by Varunadeva, Hiranyakshudu went inside the ocean and could see a pig. He was sure that Varunadeva had told him about this creature only. He then ordered the pig to hand over Mother Earth to him, or else the fight would be inevitable, he said. Ignoring Hiranyakshudu's words, the pig continued to carry Mother Earth safely. Hiranyakshudu started following the pig for fight. But the pig brought Mother Earth above the ocean, placed her safely, and later again dived into the ocean and reached Demon Hiranyakshudu. Then started the fight between both of them. Finally, the Varaha or the pig killed him, saved the entire universe from the demon. Later on, all the lords in the heaven thanked Lord Vishnu, who took the form of a pig and saved all of them from getting destroyed.
Narasimha Avataram story. Dashavataram refers to the 10 major incarnations of Lord Vishnu. God Vishnu incarnates on earth from time to time to eradicate evil forces, to restore the dharma. Narasimha Avatara is the 4th Avatara of Lord Vishnu. The story of Narasimha Avatara is also mentioned in Padma Purana's Uttarakhanda. Now let us go to know in detail about the incarnation of Lord Vishnu as Lord Narasimha. Angry Hiranyakasipu led his army of Asuras to attack Lord Indra and everyone in heaven. Every time he fought, he lost the battle. Later he realized that Lord Vishnu was always there to help them, and so he decided. Hiranyakasipu says, if I have to defeat Vishnu, then I should have special powers to protect myself. I will pray to Lord Brahma. He is the creator. If I pray for a long time, Lord Brahma will even grant me boon of immortality. Thinking so, Hiranyakasipu left the jungle and started his penance. Exactly during this time, Lord Indra attacked Hiranyakasipu's son and defeated them. Lord Indra then decided to imprison Hiranyakasipu's pregnant wife, Kayadu. Kayadu was trembling with fear and escaped to Narada Muni's ashram. Kayadu was welcomed in Rishi Narada's ashram. She was taken care of very well. She was told many stories of Lord Vishnu. An unborn baby too enjoyed listening to the stories of Lord Vishnu. Later she gave birth to a beautiful boy Prahlad in Rishi Narada's ashram. Lord Brahma noticed Hiranyakashipu's penance and was touched to see his devotion. Lord Brahma says, "Get up, dear son. Your penance has been divine, and thus I have come here to grant you the boon you wish." Hiranyakashipu says, "My lord, I wish to be immortal." Lord Brahma says, "Son, all who are born have to die. I cannot change the laws of nature. Please ask something else." Hiranyakashipu was unhappy, but he thought for a while and later asked, "Lord, I wish that I should neither be killed by a man nor by animal or God himself. Neither should I be killed during the day or night. I must not be killed in heaven nor earth, neither inside the house nor outside. No weapons must be used to kill me." Hiranyakashipu asked very smartly. Lord Brahma could not say no, and thus granted the boon asked by Hiranyakashipu. Hiranyakashipu's joy no bound when he got this boon, but his joy did not last long. As soon as he came back to the kingdom, he was furious to see that Lord Indra had attacked his kingdom. He first searched for his wife and happily brought her home along with his son Prahlad. Days passed by. Hiranyakashipu noticed his son was different from him. He was always preaching Lord Vishnu, saying, "Narayana, Narayana." He did not like this behavior and spoke to him. Hiranyakashipu says, "Dear son, what have you learnt in your school?" Prahlad says, "Father, I have learned that Vishnu, the Lord, is the ruler of these three worlds. If we are devoted to him, he will always be there for us." Hiranyakashipu tried various ways to change Prahlad's mind, but all went in vain. Prahlad had become an ardent devotee of Lord Vishnu. Finally, he called his sister Holika, who had a boon that she will not get burned, even if she sits on burning pyre. Hiranyakashipu ordered Holika to take Prahlad in her lap. Hiranyakashipu says, "He is no son of mine. I want you to take Prahlad in your lap and hold him tight, so that when I both set you on fire, he would." Hiranyakashipu had underestimated the power of devotion because considering him to be the most powerful. But Lord Vishnu was there to save his little devotee. Prahlad was just thinking about his Lord and paid no attention to whatever was going around him. To everyone's surprise, Holika started burning and little one sat unmoved. Hiranyakashipu had lost and gained, and he would not accept his defeat. He yelled, "You always say that Lord Vishnu saves you. Tell your Vishnu to come in front of me and fight with me. Let me also see his powers." Saying so, he kicked the pillar and shouted, "Where is he?" Hiranyakashipu was shocked to see something inside the pillar. "What was that?" he exclaimed. It had face of the lion and body of a man. Seeing Hiranyakashipu, it bellowed loudly, "I am Narsimha, the avatar of Narayana, and I have come here to kill you." Narsimha caught him tight and dragged him to the threshold of the door, neither inside nor outside of the house, and placed him on his lap, neither sky nor the earth, and there killed Hiranyakashipu with his claws, without weapons. Prahlad's belief in Lord Vishnu was rewarded once again. The world was safe from adharma.